Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am the Minimalist Engineer, where we talk about glorifying God through minimalism. In today's video, I'm going to be going over what life has been like since I moved back in with my parents about a year ago. First of all, I want to start off by saying how thankful I am that my parents did give me the opportunity to move back in with them. I know that not everybody's family situations would make this something that everybody could do, but I'm very fortunate that I have a close relationship with my parents and that they welcomed me back into their home. So there were two main reasons why I wanted to move back in with my parents. The first reason was because I am 24 years old and I do still have 4 grandparents that are living, and to me that is such a blessing, and that's something that I didn't want to miss out on. I was living about 500 miles away from my grandparents about a year ago, and I'm so thankful that I was able to move home and I'm able to spend all the time that I want with them while they are still here. The second reason for wanting to move home is finances. I graduated college in the spring of 2017 and I had over $166,000 of student loan debt. I did not have credit card debt, car debt, or any other kind of consumer debt. I only have student loans. However, because I have so much money taken out in student loans, I did want to move back home for a period of time so that I could pay off that debt as fast as possible. I'm going to start off by talking about the financial benefits of living at home with my parents, because that is what I primarily talk about on this channel, is finances, and I am very thankful that my parents allowed me to move back in with them, because that has saved me a ton of money. In my previous apartment, I was paying over $1,000 a month for a 2-bedroom apartment where I was living by myself, and now I'm able to put that money straight to debt because I do not have to pay rent at my parents' house. While living at home with my parents, the only expense that I cover is my student loan payment. My parents pay for my living, my food, utilities. So the only thing that I'm doing with my money right now is spending some on necessities and then some on personal things, and the rest of it is going straight to debt. So one of the first things that I took advantage of while living at home with my parents and not having to pay all the bills that I was once paying was that I decided to invest in myself and go back to graduate school. I completed graduate school in 2 semesters, which was a lot of work while working a full-time job, but I'm really thankful that I just sucked it up and did it and worked really hard to get through that phase in life, because 8 months later I walked away with a Master of Engineering degree, and it was so worth every sleepless night, all of the difficult stuff that I had to go through while time managing myself like crazy, because every minute really did count. But that was an investment that I made in myself, and it was totally worth it. I got a promotion out of it, and I got a job that I love so much. The next financial benefit is that I was and am still able to put a lot more money toward debt than I was before. I'm so grateful that my parents do pay for my living expenses, because so far in the past year that I've lived with them, I have been able to cash flow a master's degree, and then in addition to that, I've been able to put $15,000 towards the principal of my student loans. That is a huge amount of money that I would have never even considered or even thought about being able to do when I was paying rent on my own, because the cost of living was so high where I was at compared to what I was making, and now I don't pay for my living, and all of the money that I make for the most part really does go just to debt. The next benefit that I have found moving back in with my parents is minimalism. I live in a bedroom that is no bigger than 12 by 12, and it has really forced me to look at the things that I really need and what is important to keep in my space. I've gotten rid of so many things, so much clothing, just things that weren't serving me well anymore, and I kept only the things that I need and the things that I love, and it's really given me a lot of clarity and headspace to enjoy where I live and make the most of the little bit of space that I do have. Before living with my parents, I lived in a 1,000 square foot 2-bedroom apartment that was just mine, and everything in it was my own, but I had accumulated a lot of things because I had space to fill, and now there is just less stuff around me, and I'm just so thankful because I love everything that I have and my space feels like my own. The next thing that I am very grateful for that moving in with my parents has given me is a lot more family experiences. When I was living 500 miles away from my family, I missed out on a lot of basic functions, just dinners that we would go to that I would miss out on, and my parents would always send me pictures and I always felt super left out. So I'm really grateful that I get to live at home and I get to go to family parties and things that happen just not around big holidays such as Christmas and Thanksgiving or Easter, but things that happen on any old Saturday or Sunday that I now get to attend because I live at home. The last thing that I have noticed that living at home has given me back is bonding with my family. So not only spending quality time together, but just improving the relationship that we have with each other. Living at home for me has been a blessing, and I know that that probably isn't the same for every single person, but my family has gotten a lot stronger. I've become a lot closer to my parents and my grandparents since moving home, and I'm really grateful because had I stayed away, then I know that I wouldn't talk to my family as much as I do, and I wouldn't get to see them obviously as much as I do now. And overall, it's just been a really good experience for me, and I'm very thankful for that. This video, if you'd like to follow more of the day-to-day journey of the Minimalist Engineer, you can follow me on Instagram at the Minimalist Engineer. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.